Hello all and welcome to the Mug Life DIY. I am Julia and I am so excited that you decided to stop by my channel. And today I've got two really beautiful and simple Dollar Tree Christmas wreaths for you. Wreaths. Wow, that's a hard one. Okay, so this first one, I am using one of the wire forms and just wrapping around some plain burlap ribbon all the way around. Now, I do believe I got this plain burlap ribbon from Walmart, either Walmart or Hobby Lobby. I'm not 100% sure. And I just wrapped it all the way around and then cut off the excess and glued it on the back side. Now for this first wreath, I wasn't entirely sure which direction I kind of wanted to go. I definitely changed my mind about a million times as usual. So I had just kind of a variety of different picks from Walmart and Dollar Tree, and I ended up going with this smaller one from Walmart and a little white ornament from Dollar Tree. Now these were $1.28 at Walmart, but I thought it was such a great deal and I really loved the red berries along with the super fluffy greenery. So I decided I wanted to go with that one. I just used it, oh my goodness. I'm mumbling. I used some wire metal, oh gosh, no, that's not what it's called. Floral wire. Yes. Okay. Used some floral wire and secured one of the sides of my pick, and then I shoved the other side inside my wreath form and glued both sides down. Now, one of my wires, I just didn't feel like it was secure enough, and I definitely didn't want my wreath or my picks to move around. So I did go up a size in my wire, which the first one was the silver one and the second one was this black one. And I really felt like the black one is a little bit more durable. And so it made me feel a little bit better just to have it super secure. And then I twisted it in the back and that was done for extra security. All right, so I'm going to take one roll. Actually, no, I did use one roll of this floral, or not floral, oh my goodness, this ribbon, burlap ribbon with the lace and some buffalo check. And I bought this buffalo check from Hobby Lobby clearance last year. So I was super excited to finally get to use it. And I found this, which I'm going to call a magical machine, this Bodabra, I believe it's a Bodabra, this bow maker thingy. And y'all know how much I struggle so hard with making bows. And I have been making bows like a crazy person because this thing is fabulous. So what I ended up doing was kind of messing around with it for a while, just kind of feeling it out, seeing which size bow and loop I liked best. I feel like the longer measurement might have worked better if I used a wider ribbon. This is just the typical whatever Dollar Tree that size ribbon is. Is that 2 inches, maybe 3 inches? And I just wasn't happy. It flopped over too much and I just thought it looked better, a little bit shorter. So I do end up kind of redoing the bow, but I only used one of that little burlap row ribbon. Oh gosh, it's a hot mess, mumble today. So you can see, you just kind of fluff it out and you see how you like it, but you see how it's not fluffy enough. I wasn't happy. So what I did was I do that little center part first. And I believe I did the first little measurement, which I believe it was a 5-inch mark it's at, or it might've been 4-inch mark. And I pushed it down and then I would twist the ribbon around because I wanted to be able to see that little lace accent on my ribbon. And since that ribbon is 9 feet, I cut 9 feet off of my buffalo check pattern to match the ribbon. And then I just tied it off and then I began the wonderful fluffing of the bow. And I think this size worked so much better and I was definitely a lot happier with how that ended up. And then I just wrapped my extra center part and glued that down. And then begins the wonderful, fun fluffing process. I just kind of separated each of my little ribbon, or each of my, what is that part of our, what is that called? I fluffed it, y'all. Okay, you can watch. I fluffed all of the edges and just kind of separated everything, the buffalo check from the lace, and I'm just in love. And then I cut off a little bit excess on both sides, and I did dovetail the ribbon just because I do think that gives it a nice finished look. If you don't like that, you can totally do an angle, which is perfectly fine as well. Now, I did secure my bow to my wreath form in 2 different ways. I always like to hot glue it, and I also used my floral wiring and I secured it around it as well. I just think that gives it a little bit extra security because I don't know, hot glue when you're opening and shutting your door, always just think a little bit extra is always better. So I just used my thinner wire and kind of just lightly went through and wove it in between just to give it a really nice secure hold to my wreath form. Now I wanted to add a little bit extra accent to my center bow, so I took this Dollar Tree ornament of this really pretty white snowflake, which I love. It is metal, so I just secured that down to my bow with a lot of hot glue and let that set, and then kind of began to fluff around that center snowflake. And I feel like I always have this like leftover small greenery pieces. This time I decided to use lamb's ear, and I kind of just covered the parts of my wreath form behind my bow. Some of the lamb's ear is going to be seen and some of it's not, but I just like to fluff it out, and you can use whatever greenery piece that you have on hand. I just happen to have a lot of this lamb's ear. So as you can see, I'm just gluing everything down and just covering a little bit of the parts that I don't think I want to be seen, if that makes sense. You can go a little bit more or extra or less, just depending on whichever the look that you're going for. I wanted a really simple, easy, modern look to my Christmas wreath this year. So that's why I decided to just kind of cover up my wreath form and give it a really simple, polished look. And for my wreath number 2, I am doing a very similar look with the Dollar Tree wreath form, an ornament, and some really simple burlap. I really love just that aesthetic. If you love fluffier burlap rows or wreaths or anything else, go with whatever style you like. I just hope these wreaths inspire you to just get crafting and just have some fun. So I am taking this little, cute tag from Dollar Tree. I believe it's in the ornament section. This one I actually had from last year, but I know I have seen them again, so be sure to grab them if you see them. And this one is, I think it just says Merry Christmas. Of course, I am totally being extra right here, and I changed out the buffalo plaid to the little black and red. Like I said, I'm just being extra. No rhyme or reason. You do not have to do the extra steps of changing the greenery out because the greenery on it is perfectly fine. Just me being extra. So I am going to kind of just like rearrange that ornament to use as my little centerpiece of this wreath form. Now, I'm getting a little bit crafty. I am flipping my burlap ribbon over to the back side so I don't see the lace. You do not have to do this. You could totally make this using the lace on the front, but this is just how I ended up going with this wreath. And I used 3 of these 9 feet ribbon from Dollar Tree, but the only reason I used 3 of them is because I did a really tight fit on my ribbon. And also, this is that huge wreath form from Dollar Tree. I believe it's the 18-inch wreath form. So if you have the 12 or the 18-inch wreath, you would not have to use 3 of these ribbons from Dollar Tree. So just be mindful, if you have a different wreath size form, you won't have to use as much lace or burlap ribbon to wrap yours around. So just be thinking of that when you are wrapping your wreath. So as I already mentioned, you don't have to change out the greenery part of this tag. This is just me being extra. So I am using some of these smaller sprigs with the cute little berries and just gluing that down. And I did make my own little bow for the center part. Actually, I don't know why I even did this because, you know, I don't know. I was just thinking I wanted everything all red, I guess, and the black and white ribbon was throwing me off. So this is what I ended up doing. I just changed it out and I thought it looked really cute with the red. And yeah, anyways, don't do this, y'all, if you don't want to burn your fingers 1,000 times or you just, you know, think it's cute as is. All right, I am going to take some little berry picks that I believe I got from Hobby Lobby last year and one greenery piece from the Dollar Tree. This is the one that has like that faux glitter, almost like snow look. And I split it in half. So the greenery will be on both sides along with the berries. And same as last time, I'm using my floral wire and I am wrapping that all the way around on the bottom side just to secure this little section to my wreath. And I did kind of weave it a little bit more, but just make sure you secure it and do that to both sides of your picks and you will be good. And I'm going to do the exact same thing with two ribbons from Dollar Tree. I grabbed the red and black checkered pattern, and then I was just debating. I couldn't decide if I wanted to do the classic red and green or if I just wanted kind of a plain red. You can honestly just do with whatever ribbon you have on hand. I did already have this red, so I thought it was really pretty. So that is what I ended up going with instead of red and green, but go with whatever your personal decor style, whatever matches, but I'm just so in love with this red. I love pretty much anything plaid. No idea why. Maybe it reminds me of my grandmother. I'm not sure. A lot of like Christmas kind of things do remind me of my grandmother. So maybe it's just that nostalgia thing or, you know, the classic Christmas joy. I don't know, but see how easy that amazing bow. Oh, fabulous. And I have had people tell me that you can make these little bow makers yourself. So if I can find a video, I will link one down below for you. But I am a 110% fan of this bow maker, especially if you're not confident in making bows like I am. Definitely recommend. I will try to find an Amazon link for my shop just so you guys can look at it for yourself. But 10 out of 10, definitely recommend. And now, since my bow is all finished, I am going to place it on the center section of my wreath. I'm going to apply it the exact same way that I applied my first bow. I like to do a center piece of a lot of hot glue, and then I take a wire and attach it that way as well. I just think it makes it extra secure and definitely it lasts so much longer. Opening and slamming the door, maybe it's just because I have 3 kids and all very abusive to my front door and especially abusive to my wreaths. And I'm going to do just a really similar thing with my lamb's ear because I said I have a lot of it and I definitely want to use it. So I use my lamb's ear and cover up the rest of the wreath form that you see and kind of just hot glue in place where I want it to be extra secure. And I do that to both sides of my bow. And I originally hadn't decided where I wanted my little tag sign to be. I thought maybe in the center, but when I placed it, I wasn't a huge fan of it. So I did off center my cute little tag onto the left side of my wreath. So just, you know, be looking for that because I don't believe I actually recorded myself gluing it down for you. So that's it for wreath number 2. And let me know which one is your favorite wreath, if it's the black and white one or the red and black one. I think both of them turned out so beautiful. They are super beginner friendly and it can build your confidence in making your wreaths. And if you're like me, you're going to be hosting a craft class at your church and be going to show some wonderful ladies how to make these wreaths for themselves. So I look forward to making these again, and I would love to see all of you guys' pictures. Tag me on Instagram. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you would like and subscribe to my channel. If you want more Christmas content, let me know down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.